All right, my kings. So a lot of you in our discussions were talking about content creation, and that was your challenge. And then obviously on the calls, people have been talking about, okay, we're going to get a couple of pieces of content per week. My view is that you should be putting out at least 1 to 2 pieces of content per day to find out what actually works and to build the trust in the audience, because in 2024, if you don't have content, people are going to think you are a Nigerian prince scammer. So how do we combat that? Well, I have created a very, very simple prompt that you can use. Create it for your niche, the people that you're going after with the problem that you solve, and then spit out as much content to your heart is desired. So let's run through the prompt. You are a world-renowned expert, and we always want to put that in there to give ChatGPT the context that you want something world-class. Pick your platform. So a lot of you are leveraging LinkedIn. If you're using Facebook or using Instagram or using TikTok, it doesn't really matter. Pick your platform and then put content marketer who knows how to write content that gets clicks, shares, and people bought into the process. So what that does is it tells ChatGPT that you want something really good, really catchy, and you're going to get a better hook than if you just put the piece of content out there without this prompt. Then we want to talk about the symptoms, the frustrations, the desires, and the fears. So symptoms are things that are tangible. When you go to the doctor, you have a headache. Frustration when you go to the doctor, you have a pain. And then if you have a headache, that's what you're frustrated with. Or I've got pain in my arm or in my elbow or whatever it is. So you want to speak about the specifics, because if you can speak about their specific problem, then they know you are someone that should be trusted, that understands them, and and then you move that into their frustration, which is what they're feeling. In terms of desires, that's what they want. So that's just obviously the opposite. And then the fears of what happens if nothing changes. Then we use your niche and that your niche experience with their problem. So whatever the problem is that you solve, whether it's lead gen, whether it's automation, whether it's AI, all the things that we're talking about in terms of our offers, so what you solve, but we want to be broad with that. So it's generally going to be like automation or lead generation, basically. And then put your output in a table format, label x-axis 1 through 10, and the y-axis symptom, which is tangible, frustrations, which are the feelings, desires, and fears. So what I have done for you to see what it looks like, we're going to go Facebook content marketer, and might be people here that are actually watching this on Facebook who knows how to write content that gets clicks, shares, and people bought into the process. And here we're using lead generation. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to copy and paste that straight into ChatGPT. I'll move my little head out of the way, and we're going to go like that and see what the output is. Sweet. So, these are your hooks, which is the tangible. And then what we can do here is, this is world-class. This is every accountant's fear. So, all of these things, you now have 30 times 4. You now have 120? No. You now have 40 different hooks that you can use in your marketing to now write a piece of content. Okay, so now what we're going to do, so we're going to go back to the doc, is using row 1, write a piece of content that leads with the symptoms, that is educational and both humorous. So now we're going to go back to ChatGPT, and I've just posted that in there, and it has come up with a banger. Obviously, mine is trained with my G and more of how I speak, but this is a lot better than just trying to create content for the sake of it. So, hey, accountant friends, you ever feel like your lead generation is stuck in the stone age, like you're out here crunching numbers and keeping the IRS people's back, but your client list, you have to drive them that dessert you call a business bank account by the 15th of April. So this is based on America. So if I was to write this, rewrite this, Australian accountants. So that is probably a good piece of learning there. You want to give it more context. Perfect. And you see how now it's changed it to Bunnings and the ATO. So, and it said now everything from my G has gone to mate. So you can see how here now it's made it very Australian, which is fine. You bloody ripper. So that's how we can create really good pieces of content, right? And now, you're actually speaking to the things that are being said in your fears and frustrations list. If these aren't good, you obviously can copy and paste this into a document, change it, and then use that to create your content. But the goal for this video was to give you ideas on how to write things that people will actually want to read and actually get them to feel something, because you understand their symptoms, you understand their frustrations, you understand their desires and their fears, which is only one short prompt away. So I hope this helps. And if you're watching this video and you're not in AIGC, we're actually in a waiting list right now. However, if you want to join us on the inside, where I basically share stuff like this every day, then shoot me a DM with the word AIGC and I will add you to the list. Happy Wednesday or whatever day you are watching this, and I will talk to you soon.